It's 6:05 on the 11th of November 2025. Over the Philippine Sea, 500 kilometers southwest of Guam, the carrier group USS Ronald Reagan cuts through calm waters. Then an alert. A single radar track. Diving fast, no transponder, no response. Sirens rip through the deck. Sailors drop coffee cups and sprint to stations. 2F divided by A, 18E divided by F Super Hornets roar off the catapults, sunlight glinting on their wings. On the radar scope, the unknown blip keeps coming straight toward the carrier. Within minutes, the contact drops altitude again, almost skimming the waves. The bridge shouts for identification. No answer. Then the shape appears a Chinese J-16 fighter, geared down, moving slow, like it's trying to land. The Reagan's deck crew freezes. One wrong call, and this could ignite the Pacific. Green shirts scramble to clear the landing area. The LSO grabs the radio. Wave off! Wave off! The J-16 keeps coming, steady and slow. One Hornet slides to the fighter's wing, the other blocks from aft. Every eye on deck holds its breath. The Philippine Sea isn't just open water, it's a crossroads for everything that keeps the modern world running. Tankers, cargo ships, and fuel convoys pass between Guam, Okinawa, and the South China Sea. The USS Ronald Reagan patrols here not just to show the flag, but to keep those routes safe. Every crate and signal moving through this ocean fuels homes and economies half a world away. For months, U.S. intelligence has tracked growing pressure from China's PLA Air Force, testing how close its pilots can get to American carriers without firing a shot. It's a game of nerves, and one mistake could turn a test into war. Now with this rogue J-16 touching U.S. steel, that tension turns electric. Is it a defector or bait for a trap? The Reagan's commander orders all escorts to combat readiness. A Ticonderoga-class cruiser and a Burke-class destroyer widen the screen, radars spinning. Overhead, an E-2D Hawkeye scans the airspace for any hidden threat. Inside the CIC, the captain watches one steady blip that could rewrite the Pacific balance. Washington listens in. Yokosuka and Pearl demand updates. The deck crew tightens arresting cables, unsure if they're preparing for rescue or confrontation. If the pilot carries proof of an imminent strike, the stakes jump from one ship to a theater-wide crisis. But if it's a setup, a single misread order could make America look like the aggressor. Nearby merchant skippers alter course. A Japanese P-1 patrol plane checks the perimeter. Satellites flag sudden chatter along the first island chain. The message is simple. One landing can swing markets, plans, and alliances overnight. And as the world holds its breath, so should you. If you think this J-16 is a defector, press 1. If you think it's a setup, press 9. 6:25 local time. The sun climbs higher over the Philippine Sea, throwing silver light across the carrier's deck. The J-16's nose dips slightly too low. Contact still descending. A voice yells from the tower. Alarms ring again. Two Super Hornets pivot in a defensive arc, maintaining visual lock. The Reagan's deck crew braces, helmets down, unsure if this landing ends with sparks or gunfire. Hold fire unless fired upon. The commander's voice cuts through the comms, calm, deliberate. Second stretch. The Chinese fighter glides over the wake, then aligns perfectly with the flight deck center line. Against every instinct, the landing signal officer gives a green wand. Steel meets steel. The J-16 hook catches wire 3, screeching to a halt. Deck crews rush forward, weapons raised but not aimed. The cockpit stays sealed. Then a hand emerges, glove first, holding a white cloth. The canopy slides open. The pilot steps out slowly, arms high. He's young, breathing hard, uniform marked with PLA insignia. His lips move, "I'm not your enemy." Security teams move in, zip ties ready. Within seconds, he's on the deck, surrounded by Marines and airmen. A canvas pouch drops from his vest. Maps of Guam, Okinawa, and Pearl Harbor. The deck officer grabs it, eyes wide. "Sir, this isn't just intel, it's invasion prep." Below deck, the CIC erupts. Intelligence officers flip through photos of strike routes and base layouts. If real, this means China planned a preemptive strike. The captain radios Washington. Possible defector with high-value data. Situation under control for now. On radar, Chinese ships hold position 30 nautical miles west, silent, motionless, waiting. Are they monitoring or waiting for the order to engage? One cruiser locks its radar for a second, a warning ping, like a finger on the trigger. The Reagan Group goes to Condition 1, every launcher armed, every jet fueled. Outside, the sea stays eerily calm. The captured pilot watches from the deck, eyes fixed on the horizon, as if expecting someone or something to come for him. Red shirts slide chocks under the J-16 wheels as chains bite and rattle. In the island, the captain orders IMCON checks and a Ready 5 alert across the air wing. 6:55 local time. Clouds start rolling in, streaking the sky over the Philippine Sea. The Reagan's radar picks up faint signatures, drones, low and fast, moving in from the west. Multiple bogies inbound, the operator calls. The bridge falls silent. No one knows if this is a rescue, a recon, or the first strike. The Chinese formation splits. One cluster holds near the destroyer's screen. Another vanishes below radar altitude. On the deck, the captured J-16 sits chained and silent, its cockpit now covered by a tarp. Marines guard the pilot below, while technicians try to decode his data drive. Contacts confirmed 6, maybe 8 drones, closing fast. The operations officer studies the scope. Could be recon, could be armed. The captain answers coldly, treat them as hostile until proven otherwise. Seconds later, ESSM launchers pivot. The destroyer chute opens its hatches. 2 missiles streak skyward, leaving white scars in the mist. One drone explodes midair. Another dives gone from radar. The rest scatter like insects, some looping wide, others darting closer. The air smells of jet fuel and salt. From the island tower, spotters call out bearings and flashes, their voices steady despite the tremor in their hands. Then, a new sound sonar pings echo from below. Possible submarine contact, bearing 240. The captain turns to the XO. They're testing every layer, air, sea, and mind. The Reagan tilts slightly as it changes course, narrowing its radar profile, bracing for what feels inevitable. Inside the command center, comms chatter turns clipped. Washington wants confirmation. Tokyo offers air cover. Beijing's frequencies go dark. The captain stands over the chart, one hand on the table, eyes fixed on the glowing contacts inching closer. Somewhere in that silence, tension finds its voice. A petty officer mutters, "Feels like they're daring us to blink first." Around him, no one answers. They just wait for permission, for proof, for something to break. The ocean holds its breath. The battle hasn't begun, but it's already being fought in nerves, in signals, in who makes the first move. If you were in that tower right now, would you fire first or hold steady? Press 1 to hold the line, press 9 to strike before they do. 7:10 local time. Just when the radar picture seems to stabilize, one of the destroyers reports a new contact, small, fast, skimming just above the waves. Unknown surface craft, bearing 185, closing at 40 knots. The watch officer frowns. Too fast for a fishing boat. Within seconds, 3 more appear. They're small, angular drone boats, each loaded with a visible payload. They're racing straight toward the carrier group. The CIC erupts in overlapping voices. Confirm hostiles? Negative ID. Too close for comfort. The Reagan turns 10 degrees to port, reducing its profile. Sea state calm. Give me phalanx range. The captain orders. The CIWS guns come alive, barrels spinning with a mechanical whine. Across the formation, sailors strap in, faces pale under red emergency light. Contact range 2 miles in closing. The lead drone boat weaves left, disappears behind a wave, then pops up again, still charging. Missiles are too slow now. The captain shouts, "Weapons free!" Explosive tracers rip the air. The first drone shatters into spray, the second tumbles and burns, but the third, smaller, faster, slips through, heading straight for the Reagan's bow. The phalanx tracks, fires, misses, then hits 1, 2, 3 rounds. The explosion sends a column of seawater over the flight deck. No major damage, but the shockwave rattles the ship like a hammer strike. New contacts, this time airborne, racing in low from the west. Drones again? Or something bigger? Nobody knows. The pilot in custody hears the alarms and looks up, whispering just loud enough for the guard to hear. "They're not coming for me. They're coming for you." Every head in CIC turns toward the audio feed. Silence falls, thicker than smoke. Outside, the western horizon burns faintly red, not from sunrise, but from afterburners. 7:22 local time. The sky over the Philippine Sea ignites. Multiple fast movers break through the haze, J-16 and JH-7. Roaring low, wings heavy with missiles. "Inbound aircraft, 30 miles, the radar officer shouts. The captain doesn't hesitate. "General quarters, engage all stations." The carrier's deck erupts into motion. Two Super Hornets blast off in tandem, contrails twisting into the clouds. Below, destroyers fire chaff and decoys, painting the sky with glittering countermeasures. Missiles inbound, bearing 205. 8 bright dots streak toward the group anti-ship cruise missiles. The Ticonderoga-class cruiser Antietam locks on, launching 4 SM-2 interceptors. The first intercepts clean, the second detonates early. The rest close in fast. A roar shakes the air. One missile slams into the water 50 meters off the Reagan's port side, spraying the deck with seawater. The ship rocks, alarms blaring. A petty officer falls, scrambles back up, soaked but alive. The captain grips the rail. "Maintain course. Do not break formation." High above, the Hornets dive from the Sunday 2 missiles fire. Then 2 more explosions bloom like orange flowers over gray water. One JH-7 disintegrates. Another limps away, trailing smoke. The remaining Chinese fighters break off, one diving toward the carrier in a suicide run. The Reagan's phalanx CIWS roars to life, spitting tungsten at 4,500 rounds per minute. The attacker vanishes in a fireball. Debris rains across the deck, pinging off steel and sliding into the sea. Inside CIC, alarms overlap with shouted reports. The pilot prisoner listens to the chaos and mutters, "This wasn't supposed to happen." Damage report. Minor flooding, no casualties. Copy. Keep firing. The formation holds. After 6 minutes that feel like an hour, radar finally clears. The remaining aircraft retreat westward, disappearing into cloud. The Reagan steadies, engines humming, hull scarred but intact. The captain exhales for the first time in minutes. "Cease fire. Maintain readiness." His voice is calm, but his eyes stay fixed on the radar, knowing this is only the first act of something far bigger. 8:10 local time. Smoke still drifts over the Philippine Sea, thin gray ribbons trailing across the calm water. The USS Ronald Reagan sails slow, scarred but unbroken. Sailors scrub the deck, collecting fragments of twisted metal, some marked in Mandarin script. Each piece feels like proof that the standoff had turned into a battlefield, if only for minutes. Below deck, medics treat burns and bruises. When asked why he came, he finally speaks. "Because the next move won't be a warning shot. It'll be everything." His words echo down the steel corridor. In Washington, analysts compare satellite feeds and intercepts. One pattern stands out. Chinese naval groups across the region have shifted positions, closer to Taiwan and the South China Sea. It's a quiet move, but clear enough to send a chill through every operations room. Allies begin to call, asking the same question. Was this the start of something larger? On the Reagan, the captain stands on the bridge wing, wind in his face. His ship survived, but he knows survival isn't victory. Around him, flight crews check aircraft, reload stores, and wait for orders that might come any second. The ocean looks peaceful again, deceptive, like a calm drawn over a loaded gun. The defector's pouch is flown out under tight escort. Inside, maps, codes, and a single flash drive labeled Phoenix Gate. Intelligence teams debate what it means, a plan name, a decoy, or a warning. Whatever it is, it's already reshaping how the Pentagon sees the next 72 hours. Across the Pacific, news breaks. Unidentified clash near Guam. No side claims responsibility. Beijing calls it a misunderstanding. The US calls it a defensive response. The world calls it the closest brush with war in decades. As the sun sinks, the Reagan's wake glows gold. The captain watches the horizon, voice low, "Hold the line, we're not done yet." The sea is quiet again, but everyone knows silence can be the loudest sound before the next strike. If you believe this was only a warning, press 1. If you think the real fight starts next, press 9.